There we are.
Hey everyone, welcome to our second episode. This is the R.A.T
We're
Group.
live.
Yeah, we're live.
We are live.
And tonight we are talking about the M. Night Shyamalan's superhero trilogy.
That's right.
The trilogy no one thought was ever going to happen.
They never thought it would ever happen, or it could be.
Till Split came out, and everything changed. So now we're here. All Glass is finally out. We've all seen it.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about all three movies: Unbreakable, Split, and Glass.
Right.
And
all right.
Starting off with Unbreakable, came on the year 2000. Stars Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a man who survives the train accident, and he's the only survivor in that train accident. And there's no injuries whatsoever, and his life changes, and he meets Samuel L. Jackson, and just Samuel Jackson's character, Elijah, and then story unravels, and you slowly find out this is a grounded superhero film.
Mm-hmm.
So, quick thoughts. What you get? What's your guys' history with the Unbreakable? When did you first see it?
I remember back in the day, I remember seeing, like, before going to Unbreakable, I first was introduced to Shyamalan with The Sixth Sense in '99. I remember seeing that the year after it came out. I think I saw it on TV, and I remember being so creeped out by The Sixth Sense, the whole twist and everything. I saw Unbreakable because you figure Unbreakable was released in 2000, and I saw Unbreakable. I think I saw it a year after. I saw it a year after its release on TV, and I didn't really know what Unbreakable was. I'm like, oh, M. Night Shyamalan, hey, The Sixth Sense was pretty creepy. Let me see what this is about. And I like Bruce Willis. I like Sam Jackson. I saw some of their movies when I was a kid. And I figured I'd give this a look, and I fell in love with Unbreakable even as a kid. I thought it was just a really interesting idea about how this one guy who's unbreakable, you can't hurt him because he's a train survivor from the accident. He was the only one that survived. And you have Mr. Glass, Sam Jackson, who is very weak because his body's made of glass, but his mind is very keen. He's very, very smart. And I thought it was just a really kind of an interesting idea for like a comic book, real life superhero movie. And I fell in love with Unbreakable ever since I saw it in 2001, which was the year after it was released on TV. I saw it on TV. I think I saw it on, I believe it was on HBO. I think I watched it on cable. And I remember just falling in love with the movie ever since. And it's without a doubt one of my personal favorite Shyamalan flicks. So that's my little history with Unbreakable.
I agree. Honestly, I saw this in the theater, and I saw The Sixth Sense in the theater too, and I didn't know what to expect because this is the second Shyamalan film, and
it's actually the third Shyamalan film actually.
What, Unbreakable?
Because before Unbreakable and The Sixth Sense, he did Wide Awake with Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, okay. Well, I should say this.
Well,
it's his.
People don't count.
I mean, his second big movie.
Yeah, people count as Sixth Sense as his first.
Yeah, that was his first big hit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. But anyway, I didn't know what to think about it coming off of the scary tone that he did with Sixth Sense. I didn't really know what to think, but since I'm a fan of superheroes anyway, I was blown away by how realistic they made it to where it shows them going into a comic shop and opening a comic book and being well, how does this translate in reality? Does this really happen in reality? And when Bruce Willis goes in the basement and starts lifting weights, and he starts putting more and more and more on there, and I'm oh my God, that is more realistic than him going to let's say a car and flipping it over or something. This is it's gradually getting there. You know what I mean? It's
right, exactly.
With his strength, and then has he ever been sick? He in the whole movie he's going around being when was the last time I was sick? Do you remember? Yeah. And I just thought it was it really grabbed the essence of comics, good versus evil. Samuel Jackson is the opposite of what Willis is.
Right. His body's weird.
Yeah, that was I mean, great story. And when it's shot, the way it was shot, it reminded me of the way Sixth Sense was shot too.
Now,
slow panning shots and those kind of things.
Now going between like Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, what would you say you prefer as like your favorite Shyamalan film between Sixth Sense and Unbreakable?
I would say Unbreakable.
It has a little notch for me over the Sixth Sense. I prefer Unbreakable.
I mean, Sixth Sense had a crazy twist ending.
I think it's still one of the best twists of all time.
Yeah. I mean, when you first saw that movie, did you really see that coming? Because I didn't. I didn't.
No.
Me neither.
No.
Yeah. I don't think the twist in Unbreakable was as I mean, I don't think you really had to think about it as much as you did Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I say like the Sixth Sense twist was more there was more to the twist because like it was kind of like one of those twists where it was like, oh my god, like I did not see that coming whatsoever. Like holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
But the thing is with Unbreakable, I just, going back to what you were saying, I agree with what you said too, back because I forgot to mention this when I was talking about my history, is that I was a big fan of superheroes back in the day myself because I grew up with the Batman animated series as a kid. I watched the Justice League cartoon as a kid, and being a big fan of superheroes, I heard that this was a superhero movie. I'm like, oh, Shyamalan, doing a superhero movie after the Sixth Sense, and that was a horror movie. Now he's doing a superhero movie. Let's see what this is. And I just think it was just a really fantastic, realistic take on superheroes.
Yeah, it's like he went from ghosts to superheroes to aliens to just the village. Like
people in red capes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Jesse Eisenberg. The red capes are coming.
In the village, I can always remember that scene with Adrian Brody going.
I almost forget. I almost forget Jesse Eisenberg's in the village.
Yeah,
he is. That was like one of his first roles.
I almost forgot that he was in that. I think Curse was one of his first roles too.
The Village came out before Curse.
I think weren't they the same year though?
Village came out a year before.
Oh yeah, Village was 2004. That's right.
Yeah.
Curse was 2005.
But so I guess to talk about my history of Unbreakable, which is not interesting. I remember when it. No. I remember when it came out. When it came out in 2000, I didn't actually see it at the time. I didn't see it till like. I think like around when it comes to M Night's filmography, I didn't see it till like around like close to like after Last Airbender came out. So like 10 years after it came out. Yeah, no, I didn't see Unbreakable till like 10 years after.
I feel bad that you watched that after he did Last Fartbender. I feel bad.
Yeah, because I was like catching up with everything M Night did at the time, and it was right around like it was like Last Airbender, Devil, like that year, 2010.
Oh yeah, Devil, yeah.
Which is not an M Night film.
Didn't he? He just produced it.
Yeah, just produced it.
Yeah, just a producer.
Like that was gonna be like his own like kind of like universe at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't do well, and like they never did anything with that. But yeah, like this whole time from 2000 to 2010, I had no idea it was a superhero movie because I kind of forgot about it, and like people weren't really talking about it till like they started reminiscing more about his better years, and I kept hearing Unbreakable a lot, and a lot of people's favorites over Sixth Sense. We're just like, oh, really? That's interesting. I did, and by the way, I did see Sixth Sense when it was new. I saw it on VHS. Remember that, kids? VHS. And I had no idea about the spoiler, like about the twist. Like nobody spoiled it for me, which would never happen nowadays. Like it will be all over the internet the weekend it comes out.
When no one spoiled anything.
Yeah, which I'll get to.
That's what I kind of miss about the old days. People didn't spoil a whole lot of crap back
which I'll get to that when we get to Split. But yeah, and then like the twist in Sixth Sense blew me away. Like I did not see that coming at all.
Same here.
And the movie still holds up, but Unbreakable. But Unbreakable.
I like the first 3 movies.
Yeah. But like, and like it's weird because it's like I remember being excited to see Signs, and I saw that in theaters, but I had forgotten about Unbreakable. It seems like people at the time forgot about it. It was like, oh yeah, that other movie that M. Night did for the longest time.
I felt like though Unbreakable like was kind of like forgotten about because it wasn't as big as The Sixth Sense.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I was looking at the box office.
Yeah, I mean much lower.
Yeah, it made like 400 million less than what The Sixth Sense made.
Yeah.
I think The Sixth Sense made like over 600 million.
Yeah.
And Unbreakable only made like about 280 million. So it wasn't as successful as The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, or Signs.
Yeah, Signs made more money than Unbreakable too.
Yeah. And yeah, it was for a while it was regarded that like, oh yeah, that other M. Night movie that came out in between Sixth Sense and Signs, because those 2 movies were like the big hits for him.
Yeah.
And then of course it's like, oh yeah, the bad ones that came out for him.
And then after Signs, it was down the crapper until
he had
some fingers, but I mean,
and
bad director by any means.
It's sometimes his writing can be a bit off. I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, I mean,
so like, if his writing is bad, his directing could come off a bit awkward, trying to make it seem good.
Lady in the Water was just,
which out, because like when you see I try to like watch the clip in The Happening, the hot dog clip.
You like hot dogs?
I was trying to like be positive about it. Like I see what he was trying to do, but it comes off so awkward.
It comes off as funny.
Yeah, because it's like think about this. Like you're in a situation like that. You gotta pack food in case you're gonna be trapped or whatever you're gonna be for a long time. And I think what he was going for is like what's the all American food? Hot dog. Like America loves hot dogs. That's the number 1 thing. So that's why he chose hot dogs, I think. But it just comes off so awkward. It's like, you like hot dogs, don't you? And it's like, no. And the guy just looks at Zoe Deschanel weird, like,
and he looks
why would you hate hot dogs? What the hell's wrong?
You like hot dogs, right?
Yeah. And it's also so random. Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. So like stuff like that.
You eyeballing my lemonade?
It's like stuff like that, like he would do in his bad movies. It just comes off awkward. But like going back to Unbreakable, yeah, I didn't see it till like 10 years later, and like I was surprised, like, oh, this is a superhero movie, and this is a grounded superhero movie, and it came out around the time the first X-Men came out,
right?
And that X-Men kind of stole its I guess you could say its thunder. Like that's a superhero movie that people were talking about in 2000 when people weren't paying attention to Unbreakable as much.
X-Men's a household name.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean that was just bad timing.
Yeah, and like if you guys heard M. Night's interviews about Unbreakable now, like the studio told him like we're worried because like they told him flat out nobody cares about superhero movies back in 2000, and look at now. it's the whole thing, and that's why I said last time we were on here. I said when M. Night did Unbreakable, he was ahead of his time doing a movie like this.
Yeah,
realistic, grounded superhero movie, and even before Nolan did Batman Begins, it's like M. Night. Unbreakable is more realistic. I mean, because at the end of the day, Batman Begins still has comic book elements because it's the Batman. It's like you gotta kind of like make it a bit more comic bookish.
Yeah,
you could still put it in a category. You could still put Unbreakable in a superhero category. Like if you were gonna list your top 10 superhero films, you could put it in there because it's still a superhero film.
But a much more realistic take on superheroes.
Yeah, much more realistic, but yeah.
Yeah, and then like since I didn't know much about Unbreakable when I first saw it, I thought it was gonna end with, you know, like typical superhero movie. Like he was gonna find like a colorful or dark costume. He was gonna wear a mask and stuff like that, and then, you know, the villain's gonna be all like, oh, I'm gonna like destroy a city. Stop me. We're gonna like an epic fight. Like we see like I was at the time in 2010, I was already getting used to, like, you know, standard superhero formula. But it wasn't like that at all. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. That's different. And this movie came out. This movie came out in 2000. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You could call it like slow burn in a way.
Yeah,
too.
it was. Which I think is a reason why people didn't love it right away. When it first came out. Yeah, and I saw it again, like after Split came out, and I was like, oh, this movie actually is still good. I still like it a lot.
It still holds up. I remember. I remember seeing after I saw Split in theaters, I wanted to go back and see Unbreakable again. I'm like, this movie still holds up.
James Newton Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The music's really good. And Unbreakable, ahead of its time. Movie ahead of its time.
I don't know if you guys remember when I first did movie review time in like 2008, 2009, I used that music for my intro.
That's right, you did.
I
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. See, like when I started watching your videos early on, I don't think I had seen Unbreakable just yet, so I didn't really recognize the music at first. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, now I'm getting memories now.
Oh man, yeah, memories.
Back to 2008, 2009 again.
Yeah, because it was 2010 when I started watching your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been like a little bit, like a few months before I saw Unbreakable. So, and like I also remember like forgetting that Unbreakable was an M. Night film.
Yeah.
Too. Because it's weird. It's like it came out 1 year after Sixth Sense, and that was the movie that was huge. It was a big deal. And he became a household name director in one movie, just like that.
Yeah.
That almost never happens, unless you become one of those like great filmmakers, like George Lucas.
It's probably going to start with Jordan Peele now.
Yeah.
Who knows how that's going to happen with us, but you know.
I mean, like it happened with Spielberg with Jaws, and Lucas with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Those are the two that come to mind.
Even people like Robert Zemeckis and all that stuff.
Like what was?
I guess Back to the Future was like his first big movie.
But I know he was directing before that.
I don't really know what he was known for before Back to the Future.
I think Back to the Future, I think, was his first big one. Yeah.
So overall, I still really like Unbreakable.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
When he comes back, then we'll start talking about Split. But we can still talk about Unbreakable if you want, or unless you want to start talking about like his other movies, you know. So you want to talk about Sixth Sense? Because I don't mind if you guys talk about his other movies really quickly.
Well, okay, real quick, I'll just name the ones. Okay, so out of the M. Night films, these are just my favorites. I like Unbreakable, Sixth Sense, Signs, The Village. I like the whole first and second act, but then like the third act or like the end, I didn't really care for.
Yeah, when they do the twist.
Yeah. So I guess that's okay. Split, of course, I like. Glass, of course, I'm going to say it right now. But I enjoyed The Visit. I know a lot of people didn't like The Visit. I actually liked it.
That was a good one.
I did not like that movie.
I liked it.
I did not like that movie.
Afterbirth or After Earth?
After Earth.
Yeah. I didn't really care for that one.
No. I mean, Are we just talking about like M. Night's films, like in between?
Yeah, just
we
really quick. Yeah, really
until
quick. Unless you guys want to still talk, unless you got more to say about Unbreakable.
But basically, I pretty much explained my history with Unbreakable.
Yeah.
What would you give Unbreakable out of 10?
8.5.
I give it like an 8. Like
Bet
an 8.
8.5.
I'd give it a 9 at least.
Yeah,
I might like it more because now that the trilogy is complete, you know.
Yeah.
Because I did like it more after I saw it a second time after I saw Split.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely do a binge all 3 when I get Glass on Blu-ray.
Yeah. I guess before we get on to Split, I'll just talk about like the M. Night Shyamalan films before that. Like,
I gotta say something about
like Splits for a split second.
Unbreakable Splits. Get it. Go ahead.
Hang on.
Okay. Well, okay. I was gonna mention this, but it's okay. It's gone. That about last time's episode 1 that we did. I saw the whole video like 2 or 3 times, trying like, because I do that. I criticize myself when I do my some of these things, and I'm gonna try my best not to interrupt you guys when you guys talking, because I would jump on a lot of times.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we get on to Split, just a quick little thing with the Shyamalan films. Signs I like, but the ending was a little weird.
Yeah.
But I still like Signs a lot. Village was crap. Happening is funny crap.
Yeah.
That's true.
Lady in the Water was just one of those bored chores to sit through. What was that? Lady in the Water? Last Fartbender. I don't know what that was all about. And what makes me so upset about the Last Fartbender is that around the time the movie was released, I think in like 2010.
Yeah.
I remember around the time when that movie was released, I went to a Phillies game and 2 of the stars from the Last Fartbender threw out the first pitch. Was
it the 2 main kids?
Yeah.
Because they promoted it as a big deal. Because it was going to be, because it was adapting the popular anime.
2 of the people from the Last Fartbender threw out the first pitch before the game started.
Because a lot of people thought it was actually going to be good, and like it was a big deal.
I guess a lot of people who were a big fan of the cartoon thought it was going to be a big movie.
Well, there was a lot of CGI in the movie, so it was, it didn't look bad from like the trailers when I first saw the trailer, but
that movie's dull.
It's just a dumb movie.
Before we get to Split, what was what was after Fartbender? After Earth.
After Earth, yeah.
Piece of crap too. Didn't like that either. Then I started. Then I know Alex didn't like it, but then he thought he got started going back to his roots with The Visit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I think because though, before we get to Split, I think when he worked on like those big budget movies, like they did not work.
Yeah.
No, that's not your style. It's not big budget at all.
Because like, wasn't Last Airbender a big budget?
It was.
It was a big budget, but you didn't do anything.
And After Earth was a big budget too.
Oh yeah, CGI, everything.
It cost a lot of money, and The Visit being a much cheaper movie to make, it was more suited for him. And I think he went back to his original roots. I think, Shyamalan, work with small budgets like The Visit and The Split and all that stuff in Glass, and I think those are better fits for you because you don't really work too well with the big budget movies like After Earth. So I think going back with The Visit, I think that was really the start of him resurrecting his career, because I thought The Visit was not quite up to par with Unbreakable, Signs, or The Sixth Sense, but I thought it was a step in the right direction for him, though.
I agree.
But then when Split came along, I'm like, okay, Shyamalan is officially back.
Wait, so funny thing, I did not know this till like last week that M. Night is actually self-funding his newer movies now. Which is interesting. Like, okay, that's actually kind of cool. Like, okay, so that's one reason why it's the lower budget, but it's like, okay, he's putting his own money into it. It's like.
And on top of that too, And like Shyamalan's a Philadelphia guy, so you see him at the Sixers games all the time, which is nice.
You should approach him.
I like how he makes appearances in his own movies too.
Oh yeah, what are you talking about? His cameo in Unbreakable, where he's the druggie.
He was frisked by Bruce Willis, I believe.
Yeah,
that's right. And I remember his cameo. I remember his cameo too in Lady in the Water.
That was a supporting. That was like a supporting role.
Oh my god!
Cameo. Yeah,
he had a bigger part there, but it was worthless.
Because he was a writer, and his story was gonna save the world. Like, okay, M. Night ego there.
That's why I liked his part in Signs, because he actually had a part, and actually it was important to the story.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I like it when it's just a cameo. It's not like important to the story. But before we get on to Split, I actually have a funny story that's actually kind of like Unbreakable. With me. When I was around 6 or 7 years old, my whole family we went to Chicken Cheese, but that's who would like to go a lot. And by the way, this was in Los Angeles, and at the time, and when we were leaving, I wanted to go in the front seat.
Yeah,
like, I really wanted to go in the front seat, and then they let me, but I forgot to put on my seatbelt. And my dad was driving, leaving the parking lot, and then there was a car that got in, entered the parking lot way too fast, and he hit the brakes. And since I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, I flew into the windshield and it hit my head like straight up, boom, and the windshield cracked. Swear,
You're unbreakable.
Swear, there was a crack, and I was like, I was kind of freaked out because I was like, what the hell just happened? And then they asked me, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Like, I didn't get a cut. I didn't get a lump. Nothing. I was no concussion. No concussion to this day.
You turn to your dad and you say, when's the last time I was sick? Do you remember?
Yeah. I do get sick. You know, so it's like, it sucks. I still get sick. I'm not as unbreakable as David Dunn.
So you're basically Bruce Willis in disguise.
Now, this is what I want you to do, Alex. Point the camera. Do you have a weight bench? Point the camera. Go lift some weights. I want you to keep. Oh, you don't? Well, shit.
I don't.
I want to see how much.
I can do it. Just get a bunch of like
paint cans.
Buy a bunch of windows and then test my head. Just like break them. And see what happens. But and then that's what they call
secret right now.
And then the kids started calling me Hammerhead. No, I'm just kidding. But I couldn't kill.
Who's going to be the guy who plays the role of Glass? And who's going to have brittle bones right now?
I'm not
sure. It ain't me.
No. We'll see. He hasn't shown up. He hasn't shown up in my life yet. So it's like, I have to stop him. I haven't tested my powers, so it's like maybe I should, because everyone like when my family would talk about that story, it was like they always would go like, yeah, he's got a strong like forehead, because right in the forehead right here.
You know how hard it is to actually punch a window and make it crack? Like that's without breaking your hand or.
It was my head, dude.
As your head, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's crazy, and it's true, and it's a true story, 100%. I'm not making this up.
Well, I'd say you're a superhero. What other explanation?
That's cool because I always wanted to be a superhero.
Yeah, you already are.
So that's it's like I didn't make that connection to like till after I saw Glass. I'm like, wait, what happened to me? Oh shit! So these movies are for me, man. These movies speak to me. Which is cool. So yeah, now we're getting into Split. It came out in 2017. At the time, we all thought, oh, it's another M. Night movie.
Yeah.
See how it goes. And at the time, I was like, oh, another M. Night movie is probably gonna suck. Here we go again.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't even looking like when I saw the trailer. I wasn't even like excited. I was just like,
Yeah.
I just thought like it just I'm like, oh, another M. Night Shyamalan movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So like every time I would hear people like, "Oh, that actually looks pretty good," I'm like, "No, it's an M Night movie. It's probably gonna suck." Have you seen his last few movies? They've been pretty bad. I didn't like I said, I didn't like The Visit, so I was like, I wasn't even looking forward to it.
I can see why people would think that. I mean, it's.
I know.
Like I said,
I'm sorry. What were we saying?
So
about Split, about the anticipation or lack of anticipation with Split.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, when I saw Split, I'm like, another M. Night Shyamalan movie. I'm like, it's probably gonna be like on the same level as the Visit. Like, yeah,
I thought it was gonna be bad, and I started hearing from people it's pretty good.
I did hear that too. It was pretty good, but I didn't read up any spoilers though, so I had no idea it was even a connection to Unbreakable Universe.
Me neither. Yeah,
and then
James McAvoy, like I think he did X-Men before Split, right? He did First Class.
And he already did First Class and Days of Future Past.
Oh yeah. I was already a fan of him, but I mean.
Oh, and X-Men Apocalypse too. Yeah, that came out before Split.
Yeah, that did.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor X.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, interesting. I like James McAvoy, but M. Night always works with good actors. So it's like it's still gonna suck.
Kind of like Paul Giamatti. Work with Paul Giamatti. He's a good actor, but Lady in the Water sucked.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I think here's how I look at it. If you cut the whole connection with Unbreakable, I still think it's a great movie, even if you cut that off.
So okay, before we get into like the main story Split, what did you guys think when you found out that it was connected to Unbreakable?
That's how I found out it was connected to Unbreakable, because I remember, because I was being a big fan of Unbreakable for many years, ever since I saw it back in the day. I remember I didn't really know it was I didn't know it was an Unbreakable connection until because I didn't read up nothing about the movie. Like I kind of went into it cold turkey. I saw it in the theater. I think the first week it was out, and I remember I was the only one in the theater that got the twist at the end, because Bruce, when I saw at the diner, there was like, that sounded like a guy from 15 years ago, and like I was literally shaking in my seat. I'm like,
and the music was playing.
And then I heard the music. I'm like, oh my god! My seat was like literally shaking. Like I was about ready to start sweating. Like I'm like, oh my god, this is Unbreakable. I'm like, oh my god. And then Bruce Willis' character, and I literally squealed like a little girl inside me. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, God, David Dunn, Unbreakable. Oh my god, it's connected to Unbreakable. And everyone else around me, no one got the twist, because I guess no one remembers Unbreakable as much as I did.
Well, the music starts right when it's on James McAvoy, and the music starts then. And when that happened, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's Unbreakable music. And I'm like, okay. And then it just kept going and going and going and going. And then all of a sudden, when you see Bruce, that kind of put the cherry on top. Honestly, the only thing I knew is that Bruce Willis was in it as a cameo, but I didn't know that he was playing that character.
That's the thing, David Dunn, That's the thing that's different with me, is I didn't read up much of the movie, so I had no idea Bruce Willis was even in the movie.
Well, that's probably better for
That was probably much better for me, because that's when I squealed like a little girl. I'm like, oh my god, it's David Dunn! Like, Bruce Willis, what are you doing here?
See, I didn't get that because I didn't see the opening weekend, so I was already spoiled by then.
That's what sucked.
Which is funny, because I joked about this before Split came out. I said, "Oh, I bet the twist is this movie connects to all these other movies," because that was just because of how Avengers already was big at the time. So it's like, everybody's doing crossovers and universes and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, maybe M. Night's gonna do it. Like, all these movies are gonna connect. And then like I found out, oh, this movie connects to Unbreakable, and Bruce Willis makes a cameo. I'm like, oh shoot, interesting.
Yeah.
So like when I first saw Split, I actually didn't like it that much. I thought I was kind of indifferent towards it, because the whole time I was like, when's Bruce Willis gonna show up? When's he gonna show up? I had the mentality when I first saw it. So it's like, So I was like, oh, and then when the movie was almost over, I was like, where the hell's Bruce Willis? What's going on? That's Unbreakable too. What's going on? It's like, and I didn't appreciate the story and everything. And it's slow burn movie. So
Yeah.
that. So when he finally showed up, like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's actually a nice little connection. It was in our faces the whole time.
Well, it was a classic twist. It was a classic M. Night twist.
Yeah. Whereas like this is a villain origin story, just like how
that was
Unbreakable was the hero's origin story.
That's really the setup of the whole movie, was that it was a superhero villain origin story and that was going to set up for the next movie.
And it did remind me of some of his other movies. So that's why I joked, like, what if this is really connected to like The Happening and Lady in the Water? Because the old lady was in from The Happening was in the movie.
Oh yeah, Betty Buckley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel my things.
Yeah. She has a funny scene with M. Night and Split. You get M. Night's cameo in that movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
The guy who buys the chicken wings from Hooters.
Yeah. And speaking of Hooters, going off topic here, I remember I remember one of Rob's old videos back in the day on Movie Review Time, like 2009. I remember when it was a video where he did a double feature on, I think it was on The Fourth Kind and Paranormal Activity. I think he did a double feature review of that back in the day. And I remember he was talking about a little story of like during his like whole trip, because I think him and Dan that day did a double feature for the movie theater that day. And I remember Rob made a little funny joke where he was like, he put his arms, like he kind of like did this with his arms, like put it in like side of his shirt, and he's like, we went to Hooters.
Jesus Christ. Thomas remembers everything, all your old videos.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
And then we went to Hooters.
Yeah, I'm like, we went to Hooters.
That's the thing with me, is I'm so good at remembering all of your old videos back in the day. I still have them burnt in my brain.
Yeah.
I wish somebody was able to save them, man. I miss those. Like, I worked really hard on those videos too.
Thankfully, I got them all saved in my head. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them, because man, I wish I could have.
I definitely, I remember a lot of those too, but not as well as the Thomas.
All those videos were copyrighted, by the way, because I used like music and footage, like all of them. They were all copyrighted.
Yeah.
But James McAvoy was the guy everybody was talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Like Rob mentioned, he's good. He's always been a good actor, but like Split kind of showed his like range as an actor a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, everybody already knows is everyone's favorite Split character, James McAvoy's characters is the Hedwig.
He had what? They said he had 24 personalities.
23. And
okay,
the Beast
I didn't even get through them all.
Yeah, the Beast was the 24th.
The Beast was the 24th personality.
Yeah.
And basically, because since Alex explained the plot of Unbreakable, I might as well get into the story of Split before more discussion. Basically, Split is about three girls who get kidnapped by a guy who is James McAvoy, and then he kidnaps them, and then things from there on, like he has different personalities. He's seeing a therapist, or a psychologist, and they have this whole thing about how the Beast is like the secret personality, and then the therapist saying, "Oh no, it's all in your head. There's no such thing as the Beast," and then you get a sense like when the Beast is going to come and things like that. So basically, it's about like these three girls just trying to survive in the underground, trapped by James McAvoy, and really, no one would really know this was connection to Unbreakable until they saw the very end of the movie. So yeah, that's basically what Split is really about. So
yeah, it's almost like one of those films that you've seen before where someone gets kidnapped and they put him in like a a dungeness basement or something like that. But what makes this different is that he actually has split personalities, so you never know who you're talking to. Like that's what made it interesting. It's just not one of those same movie that you've seen all the time where someone is locking some girl away and torturing her or like keeping her in, locked up or whatever. It's not the same thing at all. It's completely different.
And I just thought, and on top of that too, like getting on to McAvoy, he steals the show in Split.
For sure, it's his movie for sure.
He is the movie.
Yeah,
because you figure he's got like, and James McAvoy being able to pull off 23 different personalities, and he pulled off all of them like so well. I mean, this is like he's like juggling all kinds of different kinds of personalities inside.
Well, in the movie, you only get to see like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, you don't get to see all of them. You get to see
some of them on camera, like you get to see him doing stuff like to the girls and all that stuff. But then like you see some of them like on this computer that he has.
Yeah.
So like you figure you have Barry, you have Hedwig, you have Jade, Patricia, Dennis. Yeah, Dennis is the one that's the OCD one, right?
Yeah, he's the guy in the beginning who kidnaps or.
Dennis is the one who's obsessed. Yeah, Dennis is the like obsessive with germs, like he's a germaphobe.
But the main story revolves around Kevin.
Kevin went wrong. Yeah,
because that's who he originally was.
Yep.
Yeah. And on top of that too, I don't know if they ever mentioned this in Split, but he works for I think he was an employee or he was like a former employee of the Philadelphia Zoo.
Yeah, they explain. They talk about it.
Yeah.
Which is where the dungeon broken.
Yeah, that's where he was. That's why he had.
And on top of that too, and on top of that too, when you get into like an M. Night Shyamalan movie like Split, what you're gonna see like shots of Philadelphia.
Right.
You see like shots of Kelly Drive. And on top of that too, what's really cool going back to Sixth Sense just for a split second. The scene where Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment are walking down that cobblestone looking sidewalk.
Yeah.
That's right down the street from where I went to community college at.
Huh.
And directly next to the community college is where Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy came out of the police station in Trading Places.
Yes, but you don't see dead people, do you?
Yeah.
No. unless you're Bruce Willis and you've been dead the whole time. But going back to Split, I mean, James McAvoy being able to pull off all these different kinds of personalities, like he's juggling all these kind of personalities. The little boy, Patricia, who's this woman. You have the guy who's a homophobe. I mean, like he pulls them off so well. I mean, like that's an accomplished actor right there, being able to pull off all those kinds of personalities.
Who here would like a PB&J? Hold it like this.
Yeah.
Oh God, dare.
Oh God. Yeah, which is something that's interesting. Yeah. That in the girl's point of view, they probably think he's faking all these personalities. He's trying to get inside their heads, so they want to escape or they won't try to do anything. And then of course he's actually does have all these personalities. He's not faking it. He's not delusional. It's actually a superpower.
He has a personality disorder. Mm-hmm. And on top of that too, it's like and I remember like when like the whole thing when the beast finally arrives, when he becomes the beast. I remember like I remember sitting there thinking like that was like the whole twist. I'm like,
yeah,
like that's the twist. Like he actually is a beast. It's like, but that was before I knew it was even connected to Unbreakable because I never saw the spoilers.
Well, yeah, because I didn't know
Bruce Willis was in there. I didn't know nothing.
But remember, where is he when he turns into the beast? He's in the train.
Right, yeah. But you don't pick that up because you don't see the spoil at the end.
He leaves like, doesn't he like a flower in memory?
He leaves flowers by the train.
Yeah.
But and it's not to you after you.
But it's like I didn't really.
There's the connection. There's the connection. Like,
the thing is, like, I understand like how like the little things like on the train and things like that. But like it never would have crossed my mind that it was ever an Unbreakable crossover because I didn't really know it was connected to the universe until the music started playing in the diner scene.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
Well, it's like no one in the theater when I saw it like even knew what was going on. I was really the only one that got the twist at the end because I guess people don't remember Unbreakable.
See, I think if Unbreakable was more popular, let's say it was a huge hit, like Six Sense, I think it would have been leaked way before.
I'll tell you what. When he first turns into the Beast and he starts running that music, it's like creepy. Like that was great.
Yeah, because like I granted, I mean like the Beast stuff's like really really cool. When the music hits and when he turns into the Beast. But I was kind of sitting there thinking like, I'm like okay, I think I'm guessing this is the twist that he is like a beast. So I'm like okay, because I had no idea it was even.
It's kind of like the opposite twist of the Village. It's like the opposite twist of the Village, where in that movie, there are no monsters in the Village. It's just the people dressing up as monsters. Where this one's like, oh, he's not fake. He actually is a beast.
That was gay. Like, oh, let's dress up as creatures. Come on.
This ain't the Village.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say Split. Split was really one of those surprise movies of 2017 that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
biggest surprises. Like it was up there with like Get Out and all that stuff, where it was like a big surprise movie that like I didn't really go in knowing much about them.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, exactly. Blumhouse. Yeah.
Which they also did The Visit as well.
Yeah. That's right.
And of course, you guys' favorite Truth or Dare. Yeah. There you go. The fucking face again. They're not always good, but when they're good, they're really good.
Gotta play. Come on.
Truth.
Would you like? I want to ask you guys a question real quick.
About Split?
Yeah. It's a simple question, but what color socks do you have on?
Black.
I got black socks on too.
I got white socks.
Black. See.
I got black socks on too, and I also had Chick-fil-A for lunch.
I haven't watered. I just had a hot dog.
Yeah. There was that happening reference there with the hot dog.
Etc.
Okay, yeah. Of course, this is like everybody's favorite scene in the movie where the dancing
when he's dancing. Kanye West is my homie.
Yeah,
my main man.
Yeah.
Hey, the main girl. What's her name?
Casey.
Oh yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy.
The actress.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
She was in The Witch, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that movie. She was great.
I don't know if you've seen this one too, but she was also in Morgan.
I haven't seen Morgan.
But she's like the weird person that they're experimenting on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's really good in that too. I mean, not many people like the movie. She's pretty good.
She's also supposed to be in New Mutants.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, whenever that movie's coming out. But so yeah, that was actually my question. What do you guys think of her character in this movie?
I really do think she was a pretty good character. I really do.
Great.
Because when I first saw it, I did not like her at all. I felt like, I didn't get what M. Night was going for. Like this movie is slowing down, like because of her. Like,
she was quiet. She was very quiet and like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get to her backstory. It's like, okay, you get to see why the way she is.
It helped the situation.
Because what happened? Okay, what happened? Yeah, and that's where she starts connecting with James McAvoy's character.
Yeah.
Characters.
When you think about it, like when you watch the movie,
they've both been abused.
The kid's like the most normal personality out of all the ones that he has. Because one personality is more crazier than the other one. So I remember.
Rejoice.
Yeah. But I remember like being like feeling very uncomfortable, and they go into her backstory. I was thinking like, okay.
I was hoping they didn't show anything.
Yeah, because they start showing when it gets to the part where her dad's asleep in the tent and then her uncle's awake and he's got like his gun, and like he starts stretching, like, okay, are they gonna go and no, don't like, are they gonna go into that? And then like they do, I'm like, oh, this is awkward.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, this just got very uncomfortable. And then you get to the part where she actually wanted to kill him, but she didn't.
Yeah.
But again, because she was too damaged at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember being very. Also, that's another thing. I was also very like, not happy about her ending, because it's like, oh, she survived, but she's got to go back to her molester uncle.
Yeah.
He's her guardian because her dad passed away when she was still little. So all these years she's been living with the guy, and it's like, oh, and then this happens to her. She gets kidnapped, but she survives because she's a victim already, and that's the beast doesn't kill victims.
Yeah,
you know, that was also a twist. Beast is not just like a monster who will kill anybody. It's like, oh, it kills anybody who's never suffered.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting villain's villain arc. Okay. So yeah, but there were parts like where like it still feels like, oh, the other girls that got kidnapped, they seem kind of dumb.
Yeah, they're kind of just there.
Yeah, no.
Well, they didn't make. I don't think they really made any stupid decisions. There was that one girl who kept being like, "We need to do this and try to get out of here." And I was like, "Okay, actually, some brains for once."
Yeah.
But
they had their chance when they were in the kitchen and they knocked Patricia out for a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a chance, but they get killed. So they didn't make it because it's always the one that suffered the most. It's a little more smarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Split, a surprise hit.
Before we get on to the next one, I'm gonna actually check the box office and see how much that made.
It actually
$278 million on a $9 million budget.
Yeah.
What would you guys give Split out of 10?
8.
As of now, I'll probably give it like a 7.
I give it an 8.
But
I gave Unbreakable a 9, so I'd have to say 8.5 for me. But just below.
Unbreakable and Split are pretty close for me. I give Unbreakable a little notch over Split.
Yeah.
So like Split would be an 8. Unbreakable would be about 8.5. It's pretty good scores.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, okay, since I introduced Unbreakable and Thomas introduced Split, so I'm gonna give you a chance, Rob. You introduce Glass.
Glass. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, Glass. The third movie in the Unbreakable trilogy. It wraps up everything. You basically have, the Beast starting out where he has these cheerleaders held hostage, and then you get to see David Dunn come in and confront him for the first time, and then they get caught and they get sent to this institution where the lady's trying to figure out what's going on with their minds. Like they actually think they're superheroes, but she's trying to prove that they're actually not. There's something wrong with their brain. So they're doing MRIs and tests and all that stuff. They put them in their separate rooms, and then you find out, of course, Mr. Glass is there too. So they have all three of them in this institution, and pretty much the entire film, second, third act and all that takes place in the institution where they have to basically, and the thing is about the movie, it's like I'm kind of happy they just stuck to one place because it kind of grounded it in that way and not having them go, you know, everywhere. I kind of like the fact that they were all together in this one place. But yeah, that's pretty much we get the conclusion of all three of these characters from Unbreakable, Split, and now Glass into one film.
That's right.
So.
And yeah, and as you can tell, we all liked the movie.
We all did, like, yeah.
I did. I liked it a lot.
Which it's funny because I was the one that saw it first, and I was nervous, like, oh, I'm not sure if you guys are gonna. It was the ending. I was like, I'm sure these guys are gonna like the movie, but the ending, I'm not sure. I wasn't sure like if you guys were gonna like the ending. I was like, oh, hopefully it doesn't ruin the movie for you guys because you guys are bigger Unbreakable fans than me. I was like,
yeah.
Well, like you explained before, how people are ruining things and spoiling things. I mean, I was watching, you know, some people's reviews that said non-spoiler, but when I watch it, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, the ending sucks. It's this and that." So I'm like, "God damn it!" And so
it's like, it's like if you're gonna say non-spoiler in your title, then it should be a non-spoiler review.
I mean, they didn't spoil nothing big, but they just kept saying, "Oh, the ending sucks because there's something that happens that ruins the entire movie." And so naturally, I'm thinking, "Oh, great." Now I'm just thinking about this. When I go into the movie, I'm sitting there like, "Oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?" But honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought, even though there were maybe a couple things I would change, but it didn't ruin the movie for me.
But it's like I can see like what M. Night was going for.
Yeah.
I thought it made the movie what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I
mean, I can totally understand why people wouldn't like it, like the way it wraps up. But it's just like I get though what M. Night was going for though.
Are we talking about spoilers in this or not?
Yeah, spoilers. We're gonna spoil the movie.
I'm gonna tell you the thing I did not like is that they killed David Dunn. I don't like that they did it. If they would have just came up with something else, I would have been fine. I'm fine with Kevin Crumb dying or in the Beast. I'm fine with Glass, but I felt like David was kind of shoved to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I kind of felt like maybe his arc wasn't finished as like it was.
Right.
Other than that, I was fine with his son. I was fine with her coming back from Split and then.
Oh yeah, I thought that was cool. They brought the son back from Unbreakable. I thought
same actor.
Yeah, he had a bigger part.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I liked how like in the beginning they're a team. Like his son is the guy in the chair, and
like Barbara.
Yeah, and it's like, and when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, I really wish there was an actual Unbreakable, like a movie called Unbreakable 2 and 3. Like, oh, I want to see like a bunch of movies with these guys working together, father and son, fighting crime.
Yeah,
but that's not the kind of movie M. Night's trying to make. He's trying to make it a grounded film.
What would be like a complaint? Like just like out of the whole movie. Like,
okay, I got one big complaint actually. Worst security ever.
Yeah.
My God. Like, I know it's actually even worse now that you find the twist at the end, which is, of course, if you've seen the movie already, it's the lady, the doctor. She knows they're actually superheroes, and she's trying to make sure nobody finds out about them.
Yeah.
So it's like they know the truth, and it's like, wouldn't you secure them a little bit, even especially Glass, since he's known to be smart? It's like they really were careless in securing him.
Yeah. One complaint for me though, just one complaint for me is that there was some dialogue that was kind of questionable.
M. Night type of bad dialogue, right?
Yeah, like some of that kind of questionable dialogue. I'm like,
which dialogue are you talking about though? Which specifically?
I'm trying to remember exactly what I'm trying to talk about with questionable dialogue.
What scene was it though?
I'm just talking about like questionable. I'm not like talking about like one specific like scene. I'm just talking about like I'm just talking about like the scenes like specifically that had like questionable dialogue, not Not like any particular scene in general. It's just like in general, like all the scenes that had questionable dialogue.
What's the doctor's like mumbo jumbo like explanation about like why they might not be superheroes, and
I got one.
Kind of like that, kind of like questionable dialogue and all that stuff. Yeah, kind of like that.
Because I actually that's why I was kind of afraid of. I was like, what if the ending is the twist is they actually weren't weren't superheroes after all, and it's like, oh,
it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
and I thought make sense because in Unbreakable, there's no way Bruce Willis would be able to lift 400 pounds. There would be no way.
Yeah, we lost Thomas again. This is the second time this happened. Hopefully he comes back. He came back last time, so.
Okay, well, we just won't talk until he gets
too much. Yeah, because I wanted to hear what dialogue he was talking about.
Well, I can tell you one right now is, you know, the security guy with the beard, when he like comes in and he starts talking about how much water do you drink? Do you drink enough or do you have enough nutrients? And that kind of scene was just kind of like, what? Like that's the reason why he was late, you know, to go on his shift because he was talking to this guy about drinking water. It's like,
yeah,
I guess I don't know. That was kind of corny, but
I mean, yeah, that's where my complaint with the security is like they're really bad at their job.
Yeah, they were really bad in the movie.
Either they should have been corrected and saying, like, hey, like do your job, secure these, make sure these guys don't escape, or hire better people, fire them, you know.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. I think we got Thomas back.
I see him.
What happened?
Yeah. What happened with the last podcast? The connection got lost again.
Okay, that's weird.
Thankfully, it's still going live.
Yeah, we're still going on. Nothing happened.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So where did we leave off at before that whole fiasco happened?
Some of the questionable dialogue.
Yeah, like that's what I was trying to get at with you was that that's what I was kind of thinking that's what the twist was going to be too.
Yeah, Rob mentioned just like a minute ago. He said that the guy with the beard was talking about water, and that's why he was late.
Yeah.
Water and minerals and like nutrients. Like
I was is this gonna be like Signs all over again?
Which is funny because like that's David Dunn's weakness is water.
Yeah,
but like I think people take that a little too literally. It's not that it's water itself. It's like his weakness is being underwater, like drowning. Makes him weak.
Yeah,
which you get that flashback when he was a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool. You also get a flashback with Mr. Glass's childhood, where he broke his arms and that ride. Which is
that was hard to watch, dude.
Yeah,
that was difficult. Yeah.
Which is interesting because I saw an interview that they shot that scene back in when they made Unbreakable, but they cut it. So you actually seen footage. You actually seen footage that was made for Unbreakable.
Well, there was that one flashback with Bruce Willis and his kid and I think that was also a deleted scene.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool that they did that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool how they left those like scenes on the cutting room floor for the next movie.
And they So he kept those scenes deleted.
I thought that was kind of cool.
What did you guys think of the first person shot? The FaceTime shots they always did.
Yeah.
During the first fight.
They did that a lot. They did that a lot in the movie.
Yeah.
The camera would be like right in front of their face and like moving around.
Yeah.
Like that exactly.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't really like that kind of camera work when you do a fight scene. I don't really.
They did too much of it. They did too much of it.
Maybe if he did it once, it would have been okay. But like, he did it more than once. But I do like the fight. Like, it's a grounded.
Yeah.
It's a realistic fight. It's not gonna be elaborated,
Exactly.
Man, that guy's ripped, dude. When he's like this, he's like you could just see the veins. He's just ripped.
Yeah, and on top of that too, speaking of McAvoy, he steals the show once again.
He does.
This is definitely his movie. Like again, like it feels like his movie.
It was just like split all over again.
It's like first act is David,
Yeah.
And like the second act is of course McAvoy, and it's like the third act. Then here we have Glass all of a sudden start to talk, and then it's like.
Which that was a complaint from people that he didn't talk the first half of the movie, which I didn't mind that at all, because it's like
I didn't mind that at all either.
He's waiting for his openings. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I guess everybody's so used to Samuel Jackson talking all the time. He's never like he never plays a character that doesn't talk. So that's the reason why.
Jackson plays a lot of talkative characters.
Yeah, so I think that's where the criticism is coming from with that one.
I guess. Well, I mean, like, what were people expecting? Like him from like his talking like Die Hard with a Vengeance? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Well, like people see, we're not gonna fight anymore.
Yeah.
McClane.
Yeah.
What are you trying to aim for those people?
But like, that was I was actually that fascinated by the second act about like how they, besides the whole bad security thing, but like because I actually did start believing like, oh, what if these guys actually are not superheroes? What is actually if David Dunn starts questioning it? So does James McAvoy's character. Characters, the Horde. I should just call him the Horde from now on. The Horde starts questioning, what if it's all in our heads?
Yeah.
But Glass, says like, nah, it's not in your heads. This woman's fault. It's just fake. I know the truth. Because like, just like he's in Unbreakable, Mr. Glass is a step ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Always underestimate the mastermind. So it's just cool they got his mom back. Same actress.
Yeah. That was another cool touch, yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. Like they have, for all the three main characters, they had their the people that care for them.
That's what makes a movie work. That's what makes a movie work when you bring back the same people.
Continuity. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like it's not really like the same movie when you bring back the same characters, but it's different actors.
Speaking of bringing people back, what you guys think of M. Night's cameo in this one? Which is that was really funny.
I liked it. Yeah, he remembers Unbreakable.
This is actually my favorite M. Night cameo now. Yeah, which people were talking about, like, okay, like since Split and Unbreakable are connected, does that mean M. Night's it's the same character? And she says it in Glass, it was him. He was the same guy.
Yeah. The druggy guy, yeah.
Yeah, like he turned his life around, and now he works the job he works at.
Yeah.
Chicken wings from Hooters.
Hooters.
Yeah. He mentioned he mentioned the old lady that got killed, because he worked for her, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's funny, like he recognized Bruce Willis, like, hey, don't I know you? And when he said that, I was like, oh, there's that Unbreakable.
Yeah, that's right.
Easter egg callback to that scene. That's funny. Like, Dad, you don't need to take a walk. I think I do. I think you should let your dad take a walk. But that's what they call it, where he goes on his run to look for criminals.
Well, look, there's one person actually right now watching this live stream right now.
Yeah,
really?
Two. Now we got two. It goes back and forth with 1 and 2 viewers.
Can you see who's viewing it?
I can't. I don't think so.
I can't even see anybody.
But unless they start commenting.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no commenting yet.
I did post it on Facebook, by the way, so. What it is.
It's on your YouTube then?
Yeah.
Right.
I posted the link on my Facebook. But yeah, and another thing, a lot of people didn't like the ending, but I thought what I thought it worked about it was how it completed the Mr. Glass's character, his arc, where he wanted to be something, he wanted to be something. He wanted to know his purpose in his life, and first he found out who he is and who David was. Now the Beast, and now it's about showing the world like, okay, this is who we are, and we're important, we're big, we're a big deal, and that was the point of his plan, which I didn't even it didn't sink into like the reveal that his plan was always, you know, to just expose the truth and not actually go to that tower to have like that big showdown that he set up.
But you know the thing about that though, how it might not work as well nowadays when people look on their phones and stuff like that. Like all that stuff can be faked. Like anybody can make like a fake video, so I kind of find it hard to believe that maybe a lot of those people would believe that what they're seeing is actually superhero or super people doing stuff. You know,
like yeah, but like what about like how would you explain like David Dunn bending the giant metal bar? And,
well, they could just say it's staged. You know how people are today. Social.
That is true because like when you get to the very final scene when they're waiting to like the video to go viral.
Yeah.
I thought like maybe they're gonna have a twist. Another twist. Like people don't care. People don't give a fuck.
I thought, yeah.
Whatever. Superheroes.
Yeah.
Like, but like, yeah, oh, like yeah, like the truth is finally revealed, which that was the plan the whole time. Which I thought like, oh, maybe that's what I think some people were looking forward to, like that showdown in that tower. Because again, everyone's used to that kind of showdown in superhero movies nowadays.
Yeah, but they got to realize this is kind of more of a realistic take.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. I think a lot of people were disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Direction.
Because you look back at Unbreakable, it's nothing like any kind of superhero.
No.
Yeah, it's not like this is not like a Superman or a Batman movie.
Yeah, why did people expect it for this movie?
David Dunn only fights one guy in Unbreakable. He just basically chokes him. That's all he does.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he's Batman. He's beating up all these criminals left and right.
No.
That's why I'm saying it's kind of a more of a realistic take on superheroes.
Yeah.
That's what Unbreakable really is.
But another complaint people had was Bruce Willis' performance. People felt he was sleepwalking again. I didn't really feel that way.
I didn't feel that way.
I did feel that.
I think he did fine his acting. I just don't think they gave him enough. I wanted to see more. I want to see more.
Yeah, like I said, like when you see the beginning where he's doing his daily routine, it's like, oh, it would have been cool to see a full movie with him doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, but
but like the scene where he goes home and he remembers his wife, which is in between films she passed away, so it's like he's dealing with the loss of his wife. Which like they explain why Robin Wright didn't come back. Okay, he passed away.
Well, let's talk about one of the big twists. One of the big twists about Kevin Crumb.
Yeah.
The whole dad on the same train is
which people speculated that already, did they?
Well, I mean, here's the thing: you can't speculate that if you see Split for the first time because you don't have the reference until the end of the film.
Right.
Yeah, but people were already theorizing like, okay, he visits the train station. He remembers.
That's what I theorized. Yeah.
And since
for a second time, I'm like it has to be like it just makes.
I was thinking, oh, okay, since Mr. Glass was responsible for making that train accident Unbreakable, and it's probably like before Glass came out, like maybe like Kevin's dad died in that train. It's like, okay, then Glass is responsible for another superhuman being here. And I'm glad they did mention that. Like, okay, yeah, it does connect like that closely.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a cool connection. I mean, that's like that. Yeah, it just fits. Like,
fits like a puzzle.
Yeah,
it's like a glove. But like, yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, the Beast finds out the truth and turns on Mr. Glass.
Yeah.
Which you gotta say, I've always find it funny. Every time we don't see this much, but when Samuel Jackson is in pain, it's actually really funny how he screams.
Yeah.
When he gets shot, he was like, oh.
Yeah, he screams like that.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's actually really funny. Like, he kind of got his comeuppance.
Yeah.
What you guys think of the villain team up in this movie?
I like it.
Oh, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hyping it up before you guys saw it. But it's like, it's different kind of villain team up because you always used to like some of these other superheroes.
Yeah, it's much more different.
Yeah, when villains team up,
and different than like any other superhero movie.
Yeah, in other superhero movies, it's always like, oh, you're a bad guy, I'm a bad guy. We both hate the hero. Let's join together. Okay, it's always like that. The worst offender of that is Spider-Man 3. That doesn't make any sense.
Don't even get me started on Spider-Man 3.
It makes better sense that Samuel Jackson can't move. He just thinks, of course with his mind, but it's like he uses the Beast as his puppet pretty much. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think it works better that way instead of having two strong guys going after David.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of James McAvoy's new personalities? This one that we got to see.
I like those.
Yeah.
It was nice to see different ones. I have to say.
Cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool, like seeing like not just the same ones from Split, but like seeing like newer ones.
Yeah, because now they have the machine, the lights that make him switch personalities. So he has more fun.
Yeah.
They have that one scene where it's one shot and he changes personalities.
That's what's cool.
So that's pretty cool. That was very impressive. And you get to see more. You get to see more Hedwig.
Oh, of course, the Beast.
Gotta have him
coming any minute now for you guys.
I love it. He's like,
we're going out. We're boyfriend. We kissed.
Yeah. When he's like, now Drake is my main man. And you get to see a little bit of his dancing.
I gotta go. Tristan needs the light. I gotta go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's funny is it's kind of off topic, but like I don't know if you guys ever remember like watching Pokemon back in the day.
Yeah.
I always picture like from Split. Remember, when James McAvoy kind of does that whole thing where he like hops on one foot and does this, and like on the other foot and does that. I was like, I put that like I figured putting that on a loop, like that dance that he's doing on a loop, and just put it in the Pokey rap. I want to be the best that ever was, and just putting that on a loop and just overplaying the Pokey rap on that.
You could do fun. You could add you can do other music if you're gonna do that on a loop. Like have you guys seen the video that of It? The dance scene and it, like, people change music all the time. That's like, yeah. But it was funny seeing Hedwig show off his dance moves to Mr. Glass.
Kind of like what he did with Casey in Split.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you guys think of Casey in this movie?
Good. I like her.
For what she had to do, I mean,
she's not really in it that much, but it's not really her movie.
Yeah, I actually like how they do cover what happened to her after Split. It's like, okay, she got her uncle arrested, and now she lives in a foster home.
Yeah,
deal with that.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of taken aback that David Dunn's son was okay hanging out with Elijah's mom. Because like, wouldn't he be mad at her? Like, hey, your son's trying to kill my dad and shit.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah, that was kind of. Yeah, they didn't really go into.
But she does say like she doesn't agree with what her son was doing. But at the end of the day, he's still her son.
She supports him. I mean, that's her son. So
yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But
because I thought they were gonna make her into a villain as well.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's what I thought too.
And, but the true villains were this like Seekers organization. Sarah Paulson's character.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that twist was okay. I mean, if you think about it, David Dunn wasn't really a threat. I mean, all he did was beat up some people.
Yeah, but they didn't want any super beings around.
Yeah, I get that, but they could have used him for the greater good, though. They could have used him to actually like take down all the bad people or the bad.
Yeah, but again, it's like that's their agenda. their agenda is to make sure no superhumans are around. You know.
I get it. She's jealous
Yeah.
because they're jealous. They said it's unfair that there's super beings.
Yeah.
I get
See,
that.
like, when they revealed, when he holds her hand and then you see her crime, I thought they were gonna. I thought like, oh, they're gonna go all weird and say like, oh, there's aliens in this universe and that's why there's super beings or something shit like that.
You know
connection to science.
You know what I kind of thought was stupid though, and I know a couple people mentioned this in the reviews, is when they're talking amongst each other in like a restaurant out in public. Then all of a sudden, when someone leaves, they stop, and then they're like, then they start talking like, oh, let's talk about business. Like, wouldn't you go someplace that's not public and just you wouldn't have to do that. You would, just go to a warehouse or go to a house or something and just talk.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's why that reveal came off a bit weird. They're in a restaurant and they're talking about these beings that must be stopped.
Yeah. She's from city to city.
It begs the question, like, are they more of superheroes, super beings?
Yeah, it makes you think, are we going to see a spin-off of any kind?
Yeah. Are we going to see Haley Joel Osment's character from Sixth Sense? Which I honestly thought he was going to show up. I thought he was going to make a cameo and say, yeah, I have superhero powers. Mine's seeing dead people.
They could do that.
What he does is like consults family members who've lost people, and he can contact with them. That's
it's still a power. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be interesting. So, but that didn't happen, and Haley Joel Osment didn't show up. No other M. Night character showed up.
Nah.
Marky Mark a cameo.
I was waiting for him to pop up at some point, actually.
And they played music from Unbreakable and Split. I've noticed.
Yeah, they did.
Which is cool. But I mean, other than David Dunn dying, I mean, it fits pretty well for you guys.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I had no problem with that otherwise, and gripe.
I mean, it didn't ruin nothing for me.
Because like when I saw it and when they drowned David Dunn in that little puddle, I was like, oh shoot, man, Robin Thomas is gonna hate this movie when this part happened.
No, I was just disappointed in that part. I thought it was kind of like.
That's why I was always like, oh, I don't know about the end. They might be split on the ending.
Yeah.
It seems, because I
still very much liked it though overall.
Yeah.
It's still okay, Alex. It's still not as bad as seeing Luke go out like a bitch in Last Jedi. I'm sorry. It's still not as bad as that. Okay.
Okay. He'll be back though.
Well, I think he will be.
Yeah. But he will. He's gonna be a Force Ghost.
Yeah.
It was so fine. Oh, I didn't actually go. Actually, I do think they should have kept him alive.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
Oh. Yeah. Are you talking about Luke?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I didn't say it. Never mind.
Well, spoiler. Oh, you probably already know that, right?
I don't care about Star. I don't really go into Star Wars, so.
I know. But we really like Glass.
Yeah.
What would you give Glass out of 10?
Probably like an 8.
Yeah, same 8.
I'd go for 8. Yep. 8 for me.
Go for an 8.
Because after I started, I was thinking about it for a few days.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I do hope the people warm up to it eventually. Like because people didn't really exactly love Unbreakable when it first came out, but it seems like it's a lot of people's top M. Night film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more years that pass by, I started hearing more people saying that Unbreakable is my favorite M. Night.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be cool seeing all these movies again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to
Watching
back.
them back to back. Watching them
What
all.
if they'll have like a box set?
Yeah, that makes me wonder too. Maybe they'll have like a dark, like kind of like a Dark Knight trilogy, like set. It'd be like Unbreakable, like an Unbreakable, yeah, like an Unbreakable trilogy.
Should be, actually, yeah, they probably will have one. And they should have a bonus. They should have a bonus feature in that box set. It should be just dedicated to Hooters. Hooters.
Hooters.
Oh man!
And then we went to Hooters.
Yeah,
Hooters.
Okay, you know what? Hang on. Let me do it the right way. Let me do it the way Rob did it.
I can't believe you remember this. I don't even remember.
I barely remember it.
Kind of like they went to Hooters. and then like I remember he edited the video after he did that, and he did like a little like laugh like and then he replayed the laugh again, but like in a chipmunk version. He's like
I remember that you guys would do that.
He had fun with editing back then.
Oh my god.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know what I miss, Thomas? I miss your ritual videos. When I get hungry, it's like I can't watch them anymore.
Man, I gotta start doing ritual videos again. I haven't made one in months.
Well, I like your new ones, but I'm just saying like your old ones too. Like had some good ones.
Yeah.
You mean like on the old channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do capture the food really well when you guys make those videos. It does make me hungry.
Yeah.
It's like watching Tarantino's films when he shows food.
Rob, what did you say about my ritual videos again? That
he misses them.
I said I miss watching them when I get hungry.
Yeah.
And then I remember you had a couple one time on your old channel with pizza, and like whenever I'd want pizza, I'd watch your video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how addicting it was.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, you can't beat pizza.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, you guys want to mention anything you missed on this trilogy or M. Night's other films in general?
No,
I pretty much summed up everything.
Yeah, I enjoyed all three of those films, and I look forward to see what he comes up with like next, as far as like a new idea or.
Yeah, maybe he might make another like universe or something like that.
The Happening too. Marky Mark's Revenge.
It's the groups. It's the groups are too big. We got to get down to smaller groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, but like M. Night's guys grew back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just doing a more lower budget movie is what he needs to do. That's the twist of his career. Yeah. But yeah. But anyone who's watching, hope you guys enjoyed our little retrospect, I guess.
Yeah. How long was this podcast, Alex?
It was much shorter than the last one. I'll tell you that.
Over an hour, maybe, or
about like a little bit over an hour.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah. If you haven't seen any of these movies for some reason, we definitely recommend them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can still catch Glass in theaters.
Absolutely.
Which we say, don't listen to negativity too much. It's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bullshit score it's getting on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's like they're saying, that rating was it's like one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah. What the hell?
They're saying like it's as bad as some of his other bad movies. Something like.
Because I did a review. I did a review of the movie on my channel, and I think it was when I was reviewing, it was like 36 something %, maybe.
Yeah, about
Like what?
Yeah. So yeah. So anyone's watching, definitely watch Glass. I give it a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was the M. Night Shyamalan superhero trilogy.
that's right.
Which, and years to come, hopefully it all holds up. I mean, Unbreakable holds up. So
Yeah, I'm
it's
sure.
good. So this is cool that he made his own trilogy.
Yeah.
So yeah. Till next time, everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
See you guys.
See ya.
Not sure what we're gonna do, but should be fun.
Well, we'll be back with a little more topics, you know.
More topics.
I was kind of thinking like maybe like for the next episode we can do like a John Carpenter like filmography.
That'll be sometime in the future.
Yeah.
You know what we should do too, though? We should have a full out live stream where we just do nothing but rant on stuff. I think that'd be hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd be ranting my butt off.
Like talk about like just like bad movies or something.
I can redo.
Actually, it would be cool. It would be cool to talk about like guilty pleasures.
I can rant on movie 43 and Annabelle again if you want me to. I can throw chairs and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I don't want to remember those movies.
I want Thomas to rant on Justin Bieber as being in a Fear remake.
Oh my god! I remember I made that video back in 2000.
But that movie never happened though.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was a funny ass video though.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah, I remember like I don't know if you remember like back in the I used to like I turn around and I start slamming my bed.
Yeah. I remember. You guys were mad that they might do a Birds remake.
I was.
Oh yeah.
And then I was saying like, I don't know, guys, it could work. It could work. But they never made it, so whatever.
Yeah.
And then when Rob Zombie was talking about doing the Blob without the Blob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, are you serious?
Yeah. It was gonna be just a kid that was bullied. They called him the Blob.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he started killing people. But it's not an actual Blob.
He became Michael Myers.
And then they only call him the Blob because he's overweight. That's hence.
They're gonna connect that movie with the Halloween 2007
and the Rob Zombie universe. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna end the broadcast right now, and we can still keep talking off camera. So
okay.
Everybody, watch this. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.
See ya.
Not sure when, but it'll be soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be soon. So see you later.
Yep.
Adios.